Hey guys, it's Young Wealth. Now today I wanted to do something different, right? Because I never really broke down in numbers how much money is possible to be made just off pie staking, just off literally holding the asset, not touching it, setting it and forgetting it. How much can you make in your sleep right now? I wanted to set a base price of like $1,000 invested, which will give you 525 pie, which it's a lot, but at the same time, it's not a lot, because at the end of the day, I feel like we have a lot of time. That's why I say it's not a lot, because I feel like we still have time to accumulate 500 pi, all of us, if you haven't already, right? So we don't really have to talk about the price point today. It's looking very strong. That's all I will say. On the 7-day, we are just creating a nice support, and this looks like it's a slow reversal, and I don't think we won't be above $2. I do feel like we will retest the $2, blow past that, then we're going to try to look for new all-time highs. And the thing I love about Pi is the team is just growing. Like the Twitter page, the X page is at 4 million followers now. Last time I checked, it was at 3.9. So like we are still having growth. But we have to remember, I do say this is a good time to invest into Pi, because we are at a place where we have found like a kind of breathing space. Because this was all big green candles, which was volatile. People could have been like, I don't want to invest now. But now we have a time where it's stabilized out. The entry price is kind of is making this a low consistent average, which I feel like it's a good investment. That's why when I get paid, I'm gonna put in 1,000. But without further ado, let's look at how much pie or money you can make with just a $1,000 investment. Now, as you can see, the first year, right, if you invested 1,000 into pie today, 5% return, the first year you would make $50, right? $50 in staking rewards. That's if the price stays the same. Now, this is where things get interesting, right? Because I do believe we can go to $15. That's not really out of the possibility, and that's like a low conservative guess. But if we go to $15, that same amount of pie, okay? Well, now you see things get real serious, because instead of having 5 or 50 pie, you now have $7,250 worth of pie in staking rewards. Okay, so like you'll be making, just off that mathematics, you'll be making almost 20 times more than you would have made at the same price. But because it rose by a $15 price mark, now you're making a lot more. Now you see why staking is important, because you can't look at crypto staking as if you have a 5% APR. You cannot look at that as a stable APR. Why? Because, well, if your price of the asset you hold 10x is now, it's not a 5% APR, it's actually a 50% APR if you invested before it did the 10x. You get what I'm saying? So, sorry guys, I actually ran into some technical difficulties with the Pi calculator. It weren't working for the second year, but I actually switched over to another compound interest calculator right now. As you can see, right, it says after the second year, you would have around 1,100, but I added an extra 50, so $1,157, right? Now, that might not seem like a lot of staking rewards on the macro, on the micro, I mean, but if you just times, right, if you just get a calculator around times this amount you have in your portfolio, 5.7 by a 10x, which is only a 5 billion market cap, well, that means you made $1,557 or $1,570 for free, for absolutely nothing. That's pretty much what it means. Like, so the number you get over the short term don't really matter. It's about this thinking, right, that if it goes up by a 2x, now my APR reward rate is actually 10%. If it goes up by a 3x, now it's 15%. A 10x, I'm making 50% on my initial investment annually. Now, of course, there might be decreases, but I feel like I don't think the 5% reward rate would decrease. Main reason being is because Pi Network, the tokenomics allow it to have halving events every 10 times more users or developers we get, some stuff like that. So just knowing that, I can continue to like earn rewards in my sleep, whether that's $1 a day, whether that's $50 a year. Like, the beautiful thing about it is there's no max amount I can own. Like I could keep buying, keep dollar cost averaging, and keep increasing my reward rate just off the dollar cost average strategy. So I really had to get on this video and break things down because it's just a healthy time to buy. It's not volatile, so I don't think we're going to see a 20% dip or 18% dip in a day again. I feel like we are now stabilized, and another reason I say that is because, of course, the volume has decreased considering to where it was, which is actually a positive, because if the volume's decreased but the price point has stayed pretty stable. Yes, it had a dip, but it stayed kind of stable, strong above the support levels of around $1.70. Just knowing that, it makes me a lot more bullish on the macro, and the chance and the possibility I can make free money. Like I can make $1,000 extra just off holding for like a year or two if it 10x's, when I know that this can do more than the 10x. It can actually do a 20x. That's just my humble opinion. So at the end of the day, I hope you guys see where I'm coming from, because I'm a person and an investor that I made so many mistakes in the market. One of my main mistakes that I made in the market was not holding long term and not taking advantage of the staking, not taking advantage of free money, because that's pretty much what it is. If you're in a good project and you earn rewards of the staking, you're pretty much making free money just for holding the asset. So my biggest mistake, like 2 years ago, was not just saying I'm gonna accumulate a lot of boring coins that have staking rewards, because a lot of those tripled and 4x'd. With Pi, if I just start accumulating now like I have been and keep accumulating, my staking rewards are going to keep coming in more and more just off the compound interest and the dollar cost average. So those two things put together is actually one of the best combinations you can actually have to make money and actually maintain the money, maintain the income, maintain the actual source of income passively. Because when you're staking, there's no payout. Like when you're staking something, it's not a payout where you have to wait quarterly or weekly. No, when you are staking majority of these cryptos, it's like they pay you daily. Okay, you get your rewards paid out daily. So there's no wait for a quarterly payout or once every 6 months or once every 3 months. No, you are getting paid on the daily, so that you can keep reinvesting the rewards over and over again, increasing that APR bit by bit. That's how I think about it. Like on the long term, I would definitely want to get 525 Pi to stake, because it's like Binance hasn't listed it yet. Once Binance lists Pi coin and we are in a full-blown bull run, then my 5% APR is no longer going to be 5%. It could possibly be 100% if we just 20x. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. It was Young Wealth with another one. Peace.